In the future, oh my god, the smoke! Ah!
Welcome back, Space Cadets. Dal and Dave's trip to Jupiter. We seem to be having some kind of ventilation failure, Dave.
You have no idea. We call that the future.
Why am I coughing? I do not require oxygen.
There's a lot of things we don't require. I'm just avoiding these dudes because I can.
I know, we had to do a little quick cut between the last episode and this one because this game just keeps on barreling along, and I love it, but definitely you got to make it bite-sized.
Yeah, well, we can't do like a full... Anyway, the info center. So this is actually important.
Supercomputer Raziel tells us a story from 10,000 years ago. In the future, mankind lives in domed cities.
Ah, the Protodome, right next to the Megadome.
Protected by Big O!
Showtime! Anyway.
Paradigm City.
40 years ago, everybody got amnesia.
I mean, that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep, and we're in 1999.
1999.
The Day of Lavos.
The Day of what? This
is actually where we're fighting. We're fighting Cthulhu, essentially. A cosmic entity that...
So, in the future of 1999, where we have robots and domed cities...
Yes?
Evil Sonic the Hedgehog comes out of the ground and produces spikes everywhere.
Yep.
And it's the Rain of Fire! And Brimstone and Death.
His Johnny Cash cover was very interesting. I fell into a burning rain of fire. I went down, 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 and oh god, I'm dying. And I yearn, yearn, oh god.
What is that? Ah! Lavos.
Yep. It's the future.
Cell traveled back in time and hibernated under the ground for years until he became perfect.
Yeah. So this is actually where the main plot officially kicks in.
We must change history. The future doesn't belong to you.
Yep. So we're fighting for the future. I guess we'll save the future.
Not gonna lie, the little sci-fi buff in me totally pisses his pants at this in enjoyment.
Yep. So. Oh god. So yeah, you can actually review the entire sequence again. If you want to. And see the world.
Okay, so this is interesting because I haven't played this game, so I'm sitting here and I'm like, so is Lavos something that traveled back in time from the future, or has it always lived in there from the past? What are we gonna do?
Well, we're gonna find out. So technically, we're reaching a point where we can actually fight it.
Really?
Yes, you can actually fight Lavos.
What's the earliest point that you can fight Lavos at?
Once he appears on the screen in a map, we technically can. But that's going to cause a lot of problems because we're not high enough level to go through all that.
So wait, does he exist on this map right now because we're like in the future?
I think so at this point. But I don't know if we can fight him now, but we can actually...
But he's absorbed Android 17 and 18, so he's perfect Lavos?
Yes.
We need to travel back in time and defeat him back when he was imperfect Lavos?
Basically. As you do, you know.
I mean... being honest, the Cell Saga, the Android Saga, was my favorite Dragon Ball Z saga. It had my favorite character, and for a long time, my favorite villain.
That's fair.
That being Future Trunks. I really like the archetype of the character who he's basically the only sane person in the world. Where or in the case of Trunks, he's the only one who understands the threat posed by the enemy, and so he's more desperate to fight them than anyone else.
Oh yeah, that is fair. It's a good storyline thing, especially if you have
I'm frightened the rats now.
Yeah, I'm just.
And the same thing, I thought Cell was really cool in that he wasn't totally inherently evil. He once he reached his perfect form, he really just kind of needed to test himself and figure himself out. with the usual fate of the world at stake.
Of course.
Because I thought Frieza was kind of a jerk for a long time, but then you get the most recent story arc of Dragon Ball Super, where Frieza suddenly becomes a way more complicated character.
Oh yeah. Of course.
And so I love him for that. Because it's like, he's evil and he messes up people in his own universe, but apparently he's willing to fight for his own universe because he lives there.
Well, it's like, oh man, I don't want anything messed up.
You can't destroy the universe! That's my place to destroy!
God, I live here! Like, actually live here!
It didn't hurt that story arc had some phenomenal animation in its later parts, and epic music, and just really fun to watch.
Oh yeah. So we are now heading off to the Protodome as soon as we get back here. You're back!
Done. Are we on Doan's Island? I don't want to be there, Dave.
Well, the animation's very limited.
I can see that.
Well, this is our future. We have a seed.
He declared that this is their future?
Yeah, these seeds. So,
no,
yeah.
Wait. Did Chrono say that, or did the old man say that?
Old man. Chrono never speaks.
Yeah, that makes sense. But, like, if Doan is declaring that this is their future, it's kind of like he's aware of the story.
Well, that's all he has, so at this point...
Yeah, I've been living in the past for 60 years.
We got one bike key. So, this actually also unlocks a pretty fun minigame.
Yeah, because, like, what would make more sense is for a character to be like, this is our world, or like, this is the world we live in. But to say that this is our future almost implies that, like, he's living in the past and that this isn't supposed to happen.
Well, yeah.
Welcome. Right, it's definitely safe.
At this point, yeah.
So, the jet bike minigame?
Yes. But first thing first is I'm gonna get some items. Let's get some tonics. Let's get a couple revives. I don't... Alright, people might be asking, you have a lot! It's like, yes, I want to be careful.
Man, I agree, though, because, like, what's the point of hoarding gold in a game like this?
You can always get more, technically, while it will be annoying.
Man, I wish real life worked like video games where I can just go out and kill a bunch of monsters and get gold.
Too bad it's not like Yakuza where you can just like beat up random thugs and just get like...
I can go down and shake down people on the street for no consequence.
Pretty much. Alright. Sewer access, so...
Because if that were the case, there's a lot of people I would shake down.
So we gotta get to the lab.
Except for Mr. Shakedown. He's the hard one.
Oh, fuck no. Not Mr. Shakedown. So...
whoa.
This is the bike.
That is like the most like 1970s futuristic bike I've ever seen.
Don't you just love it? Anyway, so we're about to experience the wonders of Mode 7.
I'm ready. My body is ready for Mode 7.
Yes. But first, let's take on these.
Before we fight these robots over here. You're not sentient. You're not Reploids.
Hold it right there.
Wait, what are you?
He's our rival.
Oh my god.
The man.
Does the man transform into a motorcycle?
Yeah, and we race him. That's the minigame.
So he's Turbo Man.
Yes.
Part of an old highway. Don't check out, babe. You know how to ride?
I have to remember.
Gas is on auto. There's only one speed. Fast. Controls pad to steer. Alright. Oh man. It suddenly became like Mario Kart / F-Zero. Or I guess we're from the side, so oh man.
Yep. Like I said, the wonders of Mode 7.
You know, the developers for Super Nintendo games were just so creative in finding a way around their system limitations to make something unexpected and unique. Yeah. Game designers today are almost like spoiled because they don't really have to worry too much about a system's power. They can pretty much make whatever they want.
And we won the race. We are awesome.
No, that's all it was?
Yep.
I expected a lot more,
I wish, but,
explosion.
we get something. You beat me?
You beat me! His name was Johnny.
We'll ride the wind, baby.
Oh, baby.
Yep.
Johnny Bravo.
So, let's go to,
It's really interesting how we're clearly supposed to be on the same continent, the same world,
Yep.
but they've replaced all the fantasy towns with, destroyed Chrysler buildings,
Yep.
skyscrapers.
So we're going to the Proto-Dome.
In the Protodome.
Hold it. I'm actually going to do one thing before I go into the
Are
Proto-Dome.
we going to save before we go into the Protodome?
Yes.
Sounds like a good plan.
Because who wants to go through all that again? Alright.
I mean, it seems reasonable to deal with that. I was expecting something more. But at the same time, it's fine. Can you come back to that minigame?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of neat when they have minigames that you can return to like that. Mario RPG has one of those, and Xenogears has a really neat one where they actually have a one-on-one fighting game built into the Gear Battler arena.
That's fair. Now, I like I said, there's just a lot I like about this game so much that, you can just go through. And, again, this game is just so easy to go through for a JRPG.
Yeah. I mean, I keep going back to Xenogears just because that's the game that was made by the same team almost immediately after this one.
Alright, people learn text, so provoke. Okay, confuse enemy, cool. Awesome.
No, wait. Okay, so provoke confuses the enemy. Does that put them in a berserk state, or what?
I imagine... We'll see. Let's...
Bugger! We're gonna fight these buggers. Bugger all.
I'm gonna attack... I'm just gonna kill these dudes, if possible. Die.
The Cyclone only ever gets to hit 2 enemies, unfortunately.
Well...
I guess I want to see it hit enemies that are all around them. That'd be so neat.
Yeah, that's true. Ah, cool. 3.
Oh, so you can get them.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just gotta
that's
wait for them
awesome.
to move in position.
The stars had to align.
Yeah, basically. It's just how it is sometimes.
No, I'm glad to see that.
Yeah, and I hit 4 at one point. So,
Oh, he's done.
yeah, they're all done.
Bugger!
And I leveled up. Yes.
I like Marl's sprite. She's all, cute and perky.
Very sassy. Oh, I like how it's you enter the Endertron, but you're still... It's Robo! Hey, Robo. Wake up, Robo.
I sense that this Robo is important.
One of my favorite character designs Akira Toriyama ever did, actually.
Humanoid robot, incredible.
He looks like an Akira Toriyama Zaku, and I love him.
I think I can fix it. It might attack us.
He also has some pretty good character
I'll make
development.
sure it won't. Machines aren't capable of
Humans
evil.
make them that way.
If they committed genocide against humans, it's because humans screwed it up.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Skynet is not to blame.
Anyway, we're fixing Robo here.
Is his name just Robo?
Yes, we can't give him a name, though.
That's awesome. I mean, it's very cute.
That's kind of what I like about it. He has a rocket punch.
Rocket the punchy?
Yes, he has a rocket punch. Robot.
But does he have breast of fire?
No.
Aww.
Good morning, mistress. What is your command? And he's so polite.
Mistress Marl. And Mistress Chrono. And Mistress Luca. He hasn't been programmed to understand human genders.
He just is everybody's a mistress. Now bring out the whip.
Although, in Japan, I don't understand Japanese, but I believe that they don't really have gender-specific pronouns, so that would make sense.
They can. So we find out his R's.
R66Y?
Yeah. That will do. Come on, Chrono, let's give him a better name. So,
XGP15A2.
So, that's how we... So, do we want to give him a name, or do we just want to go with Robo?
We're stuck with the default names for everyone so far, so let's roll with it.
Robo.
He is Robo. Robo is perfect. Robo is getting a big head.
Yep.
Robo's cranium has increased by 62%. There were many humans. I killed them all.
Yeah, Robo actually does have some pretty good character development in this game.
Really?
You can see some...
Besides being an adorable robot?
Well, of course. He actually does have some philosophical questions. If you guys are a fan of the Final Fantasy character Vivi from 9...
I am.
Robo actually hits some of the
power
points.
Is off.
He hit some of the points that character went through.
I think those characters are very interesting because they allow us a window to talk about our own mortality.
Alright, so we can actually... Now we actually can choose, so we're going to have Robo join us.
But Marl's our healer, right? So do we want to venture?
I'm going to trade out her for Luca instead.
Sorry, Luca.
Sorry, Bulma, you're just going to have to stay here. But let's see if I
We
have...
would greatly appreciate it if you wore your bunny costume.
So let's see. Okay, he doesn't have... Oh.
He has Cure Beam. He's got literally Rocket Punch.
Yep. It's only 1 MP.
Damn. That's a good move.
Yep, so we're going to use it to our advantage for great justice. So, now that that's done, we're going to save because reasons.
Definitely.
We have a Robo with us.
We do.
Yeah, so Robo might...
They still follow behind you on the overworld, which is neat.
Yep.
Factory.
Yep.
I was born here. I remember my mother. She was a large factory arm.
He just types like... Overrides this, so...
I mean, I'm a fan of the, like, RoboCop hacking, where he just, like, sticks a spike in there and interfaces with it. I mean, I guess R2-D2 does the same thing, but...
It's true.
Why would a machine type? Like, even if you're like a cyborg, why would you bother to type when you just jack into things? You just
Rocket Punch!
I mean, in our world, you just USB into it.
It's true.
Okay, so his Rocket Punch looked like it was on a chain.
Yes, that's kind of what I like about it. It just comes back.
Yeah, it makes sense how it's recalled, where he throws it out there and then he withdraws the chain. Whereas, like, you know, you get some, like, Mazinger or something, they shoot a Rocket Punch and they have to expect it to come back somehow.
Yeah, so save point, of course.
I mean, that's why I like the, like, reboot Mazinger, Shin Mazinger, where first time he throws it, it gets lodged in a building and he's like, damn it. There goes my arm. No, wait. These slimes are all enemies you can fight, but you're just, like, walking around them?
Yeah, well, that happens with some enemies, is that you're just able to avoid them.
No, that's cool. Again, like, the world feels, like, so much more lively and real the way they do that. Rather than having, like, all these random battles just ambush you and take you to Magical Battle Zone.
Oh, no, I always like that, just because it feels much more natural.
I mean, good on you guys, Tetsuya Takahashi and everybody else who worked on this game.
So I'm trying to remember. Okay, I can't go through that.
Yeah. Very, very vivid world they created.
No, they created a very, very vivid world, and I always like that about this game. So,
I mean, I appreciate random battles in a sense. Like, when you're in a game that has really low graphical fidelity, then it makes a lot more sense. But the farther you go, the harder it is to justify them. And I really appreciate the kind of... It's sort of like world building when you have enemies that appear in the field, because you understand the enemies in the same physical space that you live in.
Yep. That's one of the reasons like I said, one of the reasons I also enjoy the Tales series of games is that that's also an option for you too. But then,
I mean, I've only ever played Tales of Symphonia, and they do that thing where you could see the enemies on the field, but when you touch them, you'd be transported into, you know, Magic Battle Zone.
Yeah, they do that. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but I always like that.
I mean, Tales has a fun battle system on its own because it's a little bit of like a hack and slash or fighting game where you can map the combos to different buttons and then go at it.
Oh god, I'm trying to... I believe this is
Are we dealing with a puzzle?
We're dealing with a bit of a puzzle.
A complicated puzzle to understand?
Of course. And we're on a conveyor belt of doom.
Also fighting enemies of doom.
Yep.
In fact, it's doom all around.
It's the Doom and Gloom show with your favorite boys, Doom and Gloomer. Let's see. Proto 3. Don't hit my robot! We just repaired him. He's made of metal and love.
We just fixed that.
Oh, sweet. We now have a dual tech with him, which is what I want. So we got. Alright, so combo.
Now, if you hit the
rocket roll.
Ooh. Come with me, Chrono. I shall break dance.
Break dance.
Get down
for
with me.
Justice.
Get down tonight. Down tonight.
Robo's the best. Next to Frog, who's also the best. Rocket roll. There we go. Tech. Alright. Everybody get down tonight.
That definitely wrecks these guys.
Yeah.
They individually dissolve still.
Yep. Like I said, so we're just doing this the hard way, as it were, but that's fine.
Man, again, like, this reminds me of so many other, like, JRPGs of the time. The conveyor belt level. But I realize that it's Square, it's, like, this game that set the trend for those other games.
Pretty much. But that's one of the reasons that... Let me put it this way. Square has a lot of issues, but back in the day when it was on top, it was great, dude.
I mean, today's definitely Square has a lot of issues, and I think the biggest issue, in my opinion, and this is not just Square, this is like games as a whole, is that they feel the need to push the envelope in terms of the graphical fidelity, in terms of the massive levels of detail that the world can hit, and they forget that the most important thing is to make these fun experiences, and that's why you see like indie games come to rise up, and they try to make games that remind you of like decades past, and they're so much fun. And you know, I think if AAA developers, you know, Square or anyone, realized that and decided they want to go back and make a classic style game like this and just have a lot of fun details just like these games did, they could make something special again.
Yeah. No, I agree, dude.
I totally think that this is viable. I mean, I could be wrong, you know, maybe this is just me speaking out of, I don't know, nostalgia or whatever.
Well,
having been alive during the time when these games were made and being impressed by them, as opposed to, I don't know, kids these days and their Calls of Duty or something. I don't know.
Kids these days.
Old man Hal.
Kids these days and their duties are call and their medals of honor that are dead.
Hey, kids these days and your Overwatches. Actually, that's a bad example because Overwatch is actually a very good game from my understanding.
Overwatch, I rather not comment on it just because...
I mean, I think Overwatch has excellent character designs. I don't really care for that kind of game because I don't like games that are always online.
Oh, fuck, I hate always online games. They scare... I'm gonna be honest, I don't like always online for one particular... I'm just gonna heal up Robo here.
That sounds like a good plan.
I don't like always online games because you never know when your internet's gonna fuck up. And if you're expecting it to an extent, it's fine.
I mean, for me, it has more to do with like the player base, where there's definitely a sector that plays the game religiously, and so if you're just a casual person, there's a pretty solid chance you're gonna get your ass kicked by the people who play it much more seriously.
Yeah,
and that's what I don't like, because if it weren't for that, I'd be all over that game because I think it's got a lot of fun character designs.
let me put it this way: if there's one thing that game has an advantage over a lot of other ones, is that the character designs are definitely memorable. I don't like all of them myself, just because I feel like they're
that's the beauty of it, is you don't have to like all of them.
It's true.
You can sit there thinking Reaper's a freaking edgelord and be like, May is Bay.
True.
That's Hal's perspective.
May actually has a great character design, I will admit. I just don't like Tracer's design that much.
She's neat enough. I think Winston is fun,
Winston's fun kind of in a DCU gorilla kind of way.
Gorilla. I like that he's voiced by Crispin Freeman.
Wait, that's Crispin Freeman?
Yeah, that's Crispin Freeman, dude.
Fuck. Sorry, it's just that's so untypical for him.
But they've got a lot of fun characters and like lots of cool powers. They definitely thought about that. Like Blizzard definitely knows how to make lots of fun stuff. Definitely a fan of old school StarCraft, even though that's like practically the only PC game I played.
I'm more of a fan of the Baldur's Gate stuff, and the friggin' Planescape Torment is an interesting one, but that would not be a good video to do a Let's Play of.
Oh man, I don't even know.
Planescape Torment is an interesting game, but not...
We're already stretching ourselves with these RPGs we've started playing. Because the short form action games have done pretty well by us.
Well, I like the short form action games, but the reason I also want to do Chrono Trigger is that this is close to an SNES short form action game an RPG can be.
I guess so.
And again, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this game, so...
I think we're doing pretty well so far. Hey, Internet, let us know if we're doing pretty well so far.
Also, like, comment, and subscribe if we're doing pretty well so far.
Yeah, that thing too.
Please. We love you. Okay, but anyway, let's, Shelter, awesome, and an Ether. Okay, perfect.
Well, I hope we hit a save point pretty soon.
Alright. So, frick, so... I'm trying to remember. To use the crane...
Enter any two of these letters, A, B, X, Y. Wait, what?
I'm trying to figure out...
Is there a beep?
Yes.
Okay, let's try again.
Hold it. Oh, I gotta enter in a specific code. Let me look this up. I skipped over it. I remember this now. So give me a sec.
Well, Space Cadets, Dave has gone into the vast ocean of space and time, known as the Internet. It's full of many stupid things, such as memes and Reddit posts.
Yes. But we're not here to talk about Reddit posts today. We're here to talk about fun and loveliness and Chrono Triggerness. Alright.
Yes, definitely Chrono Triggeriness.
The end of time. Okay, let's see. Beyond the rooms. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Alright.
What did we miss?
Okay. Alright, so now I gotta press, Alright, let's see.
After the beep. We have to leave a message after the beep. Dave, what should we say to the people of the future?
Huh? Yep, okay. I can't figure it. So we gotta do that again?
Oh, okay, so we did something.
Yeah, no, I forgot to press the specific thing, so...
So we're moving this red, clearly explosive barrel onto the conveyor belt.
And then, we do it one more time.
Please, use the crane, Dave.
So, I forgot about this little bit in the game where
What? Yeah, what do we do?
They gave us instructions with those. We had to press X, Y, and B to activate this. To get through it.
Okay.
So, my bad there. That was my fault.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm just going to go through here. Go down. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Perfect. Now the load sword is even more useless.
Bolt Sodo.
Yep, the bolt sword.
At level 11, Chrono achieves Bolt Sword. He is now fully lightning powered.
I am the most lightning. Well, no.
Just how lightning powered will he be? Find out next time, Space Cadets. On the next episode of Hal and Dave's Trip to Jupiter.
Be there or be slightly square.
Or polygonal at the very least.
Very much.